Hey guys, today in the shop we're going to be making some progress on the short bed truck. Stay tuned. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to do any how-to stuff. I just want to get some progress done on this truck, have some fun, show you guys what I'm doing. Most of the stuff is going to be pretty self-explanatory, and I think you'll be able to figure it out on your own. But what we got going on today is I got the fuel tank in already. I'm going to go over with you what I did to get that in. So there's a few details on that. And then I got this drive shaft. In a previous episode, I was telling you guys that I was planning on shortening a drive shaft myself. I'm definitely going to be getting another drive shaft made. I'm pretty happy with the way this one came out, but I'm no drive shaft shop. It's obviously not balanced. It's probably not perfect. So to me, this is more just to get it driven around. And another quick little update. I did get this other shock mounted back here. I'm going to keep them both in the back for now. I got a few changes potentially coming up on the rear suspension. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet because I'm not quite sure, but for now, that's how I decided I want this. So I'm going to take you guys over here. I got one more other thing I want to show you. So when I knew that I was going to end up probably going decently fast with this truck, I figured, you know, I'm not drag racing. This truck has to handle, has to stop. So I reached out to the guys at EBC, and this is what we came up with. Gonna be a little tease here. We got a couple of flaps to open. Ready for it? Ooh, look at that. So these are probably the most badass rotors you can possibly get for a Ford Super Duty. Dimpled, slotted, coated, and these things are just almost too pretty to put on the truck. So aside from that, what we got is, pardon the mess, got some lights that we got going up on the shop. Got a full set of the yellow stuff pads. So ultimately, I don't think these pads are going to be what I'm going to go with, but this is the highest grade of pad they have for a Ford Super Duty. So what we did is, I've been talking back and forth to the guys at EBC, and they're going to make me a set of pads in their European factory. It's the blue stuff compound that they're going to make me on a Ford Super Duty backer, front and rear. So what that'll do, the blue stuff is like a race compound, and that'll allow me to get that extra bite I need. I got 3 sets coming. I got a set for the front and 2 sets for the rear. So in the back, what we're going to end up doing is 2 factory style calipers, one for the regular brake and then one for the handbrake. I'm hoping that the race compound will be good enough bite. We're going to have to play around with it. We're going to have to see. I definitely know the factory calipers have plenty of stopping power, so that should help. I mean, those factory calipers front and rear were designed originally to stop. I mean, they're the same calipers that are on a dually. You could tow a trailer behind them. So this truck, I'm thinking or hoping I'm going to get it down around 4,500 pounds. So we'll see. If not, we can always upgrade the calipers to the SSBC. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those. They are beautiful pieces, but the price tag is a little out of the budget considering that the rest of the truck looks like this right now. So let's get started. Let's get the drive shaft in. I'm going to show you the gas tank. We'll jack it up and we'll start working on the front brakes. that's just about as far as we're going to get on these brakes tonight. I'm waiting on a set of stainless lines for the front. I really don't want to just put the rubber ones back on there. They were kind of all crusty, so no sense in putting all this nice stuff on and then just putting those crappy rubber ones back on. So we're going to use stainless lines, front and rear, and then once we get those on, we'll be able to bleed the brakes. For now, I'm just going to slap the wheel back on this thing, and then we're going to go to the back of the truck. I'm going to put some fuel in this thing, talk to you a little bit about the fuel tank, and then I'm going to start this thing up for you. I don't think I've ever actually started this truck on the channel, so let's do that. Let's get some fuel in it and go from there. A common question that comes up when people are building these short bed trucks is what fuel tank to use. And what I found is the fuel tank out of a extra cab short bed fits perfectly in here. So I also use the straps from extra cab short bed. The rear strap works perfect, bolts up, no problem. The front strap you can use, and it goes in the location of the front strap that the truck normally would have had, but you have to use a bolt that's a little bit longer. Or you could lengthen the strap, but I just found that I had a bolt kicking around that was about 6 inches long, and that worked perfect. Fuel tank is in there nice and tight, fits good, and then you can still use the filler neck that'll come right up to the factory spot on the short bed. Some guys will do a fuel cell. I mean, I guess that works, but then you got issues where your fuel sending unit doesn't work, and I just prefer to do it the right way. Fuel tank works, fuel gauge works, everything's like factory. If I want to pull up to a gas station, I can pull up to a gas station, just pump fuel in it, no problem. But let's get some fuel in this thing and then fire it up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed building it. This truck is finally coming along. It's getting to the point where it runs. The brakes are almost done. I have a little bit to do in the front, and then I got something special in the rear. I'm going to do a whole nother video just on the rear. It should be a pretty cool topic. But coming up next on this truck, what I'm going to be doing is an oil change on the IPR coolant filter. I mean the IPR external oil cooler kit. It's a little bit different than a regular 6-liter oil change because you do have that filter housing to deal with, and it is one of those common problems where when people complain of leaks on these IPR kits, it's typically because they're doing their oil changes wrong. So I'm going to go over all that. This oil change is going to be brought to you by top-of-the-line Synthetics. They took care of us on some AMSOIL 1030, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next video. And then we're also going to show you exactly how to maintain the coolant filter on this IPR kit. It's pretty straightforward, but I just want to make sure that you guys have a good grasp on it. If you haven't seen it already, down below underneath the video, you can see I got some t-shirts. They're pretty basic. Everything that I make off those videos is just going to go right back into the channel to try to get better content for you. We got some big things coming in the future, some changes that I think you guys are going to like, and every little bit helps. I appreciate, even the guys that just watch, I appreciate every bit of support I get from you guys. So let me know in the comments what you want to see, if there's anything different. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I love hearing from you guys. I love talking to you. And as always, guys, thanks for watching In the Shop.